Does this happen to you? Every time I make something and I look at it, I think, this is so huge. This is going to swim on me. I think I need to make this smaller. Hey y'all, welcome back. And if this happens to be your first time stopping by, my name's Janice and I'll be your resident bitch in stitches. So welcome. Pull up a chair and let's hang out for a few minutes and talk about what fiber fun I'm having this week. So we are mid 3-day weekend. Today is Saturday of the 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th to all my fellow Americans. And I thought, what a great way to spend 3 days off of work with family, hanging out, and we're cooking, and finish up some of my projects. So I have some that are really close to getting done, and I just need that final push to get over the hurdle. So I figured, why not use this opportunity to power through and get them done? Yeah. So let's see what we got going. All right. So my first one that I wanted to talk about today is a dishcloth I decided to try making on my LK150 knitting machine. I'll insert a picture or two here while we're chatting. So I had thought, yes, you can do infinite things on this, but I need to learn how to do those infinite things. But for me, rather than just work back and forth and then frog it or make something that a video tells me to make that I don't even want or need or plan to use, I would rather think up something I want to make that gives me the push to try to do it and then the push to troubleshoot if need be. So I thought, why not try doing a dishcloth that's knit, but where it has like a design to it? So I found this one. Look how good it came out. I am in fact done. It came out really good. Yes, there is a boo-boo or two, like here. There is a boo-boo or two. Yes, but it came out really good. If you don't mind, I have to look at my iPad so I can ask it who made it. So this is actually the Sun dishcloth, which is designed by Emily Yagos. I found it as a free pattern, I believe, on Ravelry. So the yarn I used is actually, it's a cotton yarn I got from, do I still have the tag? I actually do still have the tag. Hold on. So I had purchased, as you know, from our last hangout, I'm in love with the Wild Guava colorway from Pearl Soho. So I purchased a sweater quantity plus of their wool that comes in the Wild Guava color. But they gave me kind of a sample free gift with purchase. They gave me a 25 gram mini skein of their Cotton Chirp DK. And it's 25 mini skein, 25 gram mini skein, which is 100% Peruvian Pima cotton. And this one is the colorway Warm Pewter. So I actually still have this much left, guys. I thought I would be close to gone, but I actually do have a decent a couple grams left. So I thought that would be a great thing to use because I had already been playing with the machine on a DK weight, and I was comfortable with knowing that the tension somewhere around 3 or 4 would work great. So I did use number 3 tension with this, and I think it worked perfectly. I did have some hiccups. So with the hiccups, I was able to teach, for example, if it told me to count over 8 and then do 2, I accidentally counted over 7 and then did 2. And so it put my count off. So the way these machines work is you're working stockinette, but you're working to where the back is facing you. So the stockinette portion is facing away and you're looking at all the purls. So if you follow the pattern as written, you're doing the opposite. So as it says knit, I count over the knit stitches. And then when it says purl, I'm turning a purl around into a knit stitch. And that's how it works. So there was a couple of times, like I said, where I counted over either too many or not enough, and I had to adjust that. So when I flipped over the stitch so that it was now a stockinette, I made a boo-boo. And so I had to learn to flip it back over. And that just happens to be something that YouTube and the knit machine world gatekeeps. They're keeping that info to themselves. So it really was me sitting there for probably over half an hour just trying to figure out, well, if I did this to get it this way, how do I get it back? And I figured it out. It just took a minute. So that's the kind of things that I actually learned better from than a video teaching me, I'll be honest. If I have to figure it out myself, I'm probably going to do it much better. Now, will I be able to do it again? I'm probably going to take another half an hour to remember what I did. But at least I know I have the skill to do it because I've already done it. So I trust I'll be able to do it again. But even though there are a few boo-boos, I think it came out really great. So I'm very pleased with how this came out. And here's just a little bit of footage showing how you can flip the stitch around on a knitting machine should you have interest in knowing. So I promise you this is by no means the easy way to do this, but for me, from watching tutorial videos, this is what worked for me so that I felt confident that I was not going to drop a stitch. So let me just get you kind of turned over a bit to where I'm working. Okay, there we go. So what you need to do is you need to flip what is right now a stockinette stitch into a, it's a purl that we need to turn into a stockinette. That's it. So I've already done a few here, and so the way I do it is I come in with my eye tool. Let me make sure I can show you what I got here. Yeah, there we go. It kind of looks like the eye of a needle. And I use this to go into the purl bump of the stitch. You then have to kick the needle all the way out and then all the way and then back in to release it from the hook, the needle that it's on. So now you're holding that purl bump onto your hook. I then take the hook that comes the same, just like the needles here. It's a needle the same as on the machine. And I just come in and kind of pull the stitch out of that purl bump. And then I go up through the purl bump and then grab it into the latch. And then I just like to kind of coax it back on there with a little taut. And then I reload it, the purl bump, back onto the eye hook and feed it right back over. Certainly not the easiest way to do it, and this is definitely not the way it was taught on YouTube, but the way they were doing it would have left the stitch kind of free, and I'm not comfortable enough yet in owning this machine to be able to do that and not drop all the way down or ruin the project. So I just prefer to always have a constant hold of the actual stitch so that I don't drop it. But when you do this, you do have to push that latch back open so you'll be able to reload it after we flip it around. So again, I just got it off of there, and I'm gonna use this hook, and I pulled the stitch out of the purl bump. And then I load that purl bump back on the hook past the latch so that this can then go into the latch, and when it comes back down, and then I just kind of push it back up there taut, and then use this to reload it back on without worry of losing the stitch. So it's literally that simple, but it can be cumbersome. So if all you're doing is like here, where you just have to count over a bunch and then flip one or two, it's pretty great. If I had to make a whole project like ribbed, I vote no. I would just hand knit it. Yeah. I'm trying to think why I bought this knitting machine other than the fact that it was a really good bargain. I mean, an amazing bargain. I think I will have fun with it. And I think the most fun I'm going to have with it is probably like making blankets. And you actually can make tops and stuff on it. Once I learn how to make it, I think it'll be fun. You can do color work on it. Intarsia, there's a lot you can actually do on it. So I'm actually really excited to have fun with it, and see what things I can make for myself, family, friends, and others. So yeah, so that's my Sun dishcloth, pattern by Emily Yagos, yarn by Pearl Soho, made by me. So my second project that I think I can get done this weekend, I'm pretty positive. Will it get blocked this weekend? Well, it's going to have to by next weekend, but is the Lotus Mandala Duster by Regina Weiss. Here is some footage of me wearing it. So this is the Lotus Mandala Duster by Regina Weiss. So as you can see, I'm very close to done. Trying to give you a full view, which then, of course, leaves a lot of detail lacking. But let me bring you closer so you can see. So there is, as you can see, it's not wanting to close. Like but here's the beauty part of it. This yarn I'm using is by Woolamore. They are a store on Etsy out of Poland. And I actually buy a lot of these cakes from them. They're the, excuse the crinkle, please. They are the, really large cakes that are like 4 strands. And, we gradiently change the color, as you can see. So what's going to happen, because I'm now almost to full black, sorry for the crinkle, guys. I want to incorporate black to make sure it gets on the edges of the, sorry, I hit my thing. A lot to be sorry for today. To make sure I get it on the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe do another round or 2, which will help with that. And I'm also going to do like a button or 2 here. But this is 50% merino, 50% acrylic. So this is going to block, and it's going to gain length and width. So I think I might pre-block before adding the black to the ends, just so I have a better idea of what I want as far as the fit. Right now, I feel like I'm 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound bag, and I know that's going to work out in the blocking, but yeah. And it's going to have nice big billowy sleeves and all, but we're getting there. So I'm on sleeves now, and then just the trimming at the end. And then I think it'll be good. So yeah, so this is the Lotus Mandala Duster by Regina Weiss. So up close now is the duster. So this is actually going really well. At first I was like, I won't have to block it. You know how that goes. This absolutely needs to be blocked, just so you can see all of the beautiful stitches working. Plus I need the growth of it. It's such a fine line between things fitting and things being too big and things not fitting at all, that I get nervous. And every time I make something, as I'm making it, does this happen to you? Every time I make something and I look at it, I think, this is so huge. This is going to swim on me. I think I need to make this smaller. Or this is going to be really long. I should make this shorter. I should not do as many rows as they tell me to. And then I try it on and I go, haha, joke's on me. It's too small, or it's too short, or I don't know. It's just when I look at projects as I work them, they always look so big to me. So I'm like, okay. So as I'm working this, of course, I'm like, God, this is going to be huge. This is not going to fit me. But it does. It almost doesn't. Let's be honest. But I did not want it to be like a baggy sweater. I wanted it to fit with just enough room to be comfortable. So like the sleeves are a little tight and a little short currently. I am working them. They will get longer. But, see up close, the gradient is going great. I am color controlling the sleeves though. If I didn't, I would not get to the tail end to where it gets to the darkest point, which is really what I want. I'm not going to worry too much about carrying the slight red to black along here. I'm just going to go ahead and put a round of black around the edge to call it a day, and maybe put like a spot just for 1 or 2 buttons so I can close it if I want. But I really do think this will get done I know this will get done this weekend for sure. And then I'll just have to block it and show you the final result later on. Okay, so, I now realized I have not even told you what I'm wearing. So this is a top I crocheted last year. It is called the Summer Crop Top by Hip Creative Design. So let me just show you. Hold on. So you can see it's got like this V design, and then it's got like these really nice open sleeves, and then it kind of has a bobble design on the back. I'll insert pictures. It's easier to see that. But I really like this top. In fact, I liked it enough. I made a second one, both using K&C Essential Cotton DK, this just in white, and I made the other one with cream. This gets worn a lot. I like how it just I can wear a cute tank top under it, and you can see the color through it. I have actually worn this. I wore this on vacation without a top under it, just this by itself, because it really doesn't show anything. It just gives the essence of something. So on a beach vacation, I think it's okay. Wearing this with just a pair of shorts, I think was good. So it's a very cute top. I much enjoy wearing it. I did not do as many baubles on the back as the pattern tells you to. I just did a few because I'm not a huge fan of the bauble. I recognize it is a design feature, and that's why I went ahead and left some in, but I chose to not put as many as the pattern states. So this is the Summer Crop Top by Hip Creative Design. Yarn by K&C Essential Cotton, Joanne, may she rest in peace, and made by me. So here is the last project I'm pretty confident is going to get done over this weekend. And that is my stripe pipe by Kutovakika, Veronica Lindberg. Yeah, we hung out and talked about her last week. And I showed you she was a whip. But as you can see, there's been a lot of progress. I am now to the charcoal on my right sleeve. I just love these colors. I can't wait to wear this. And even just wearing this to try it on to make sure the sleeve length is good, or I did a video that I'm going to insert here in a minute. It is just brutally hot. And don't even be trying to cook and try this sweater on, because I was roasting in this house. It is currently 94 degrees and it's morning. It's not even lunchtime yet. It's like 9 a.m. Yeah, 9:15 a.m. But yeah, so I have first charcoal done, and all the way over here, completely done. So on this sleeve, I chose to go ahead and put the 8 rows of the cream as the last stripe, rather than going straight into the ribbing. And the reason is because when I tried it on, I felt it was still running a little short. And once blocking, yes, I will gain length, which is amazing. I'm glad, then it'll just be nice and baggy. But fearful, we're all fearful of what's going to happen when the block occurs. But I felt I have long arms. I have a long torso and I have long arms. So I thought it was appropriate to go ahead and throw those in. And I don't think it even looks bad because I didn't do it here. I don't even think it's noticeable, truth be told, because it starts off with cream up here at the top. You know what I mean? So I think it's fine. And I did go ahead and put the eggplant color around the edge of it. Look how pretty. You'll have to forgive the lighting because the sun is coming in and out. I do have a light on here, but I don't like a lot of fake light for when we hang out. Number one, it hurts my eyes. And I don't want it interrupting colors of things or making things look off or making me look pasty. You know how it goes. So you have to forgive the sun coming in and out. But yeah. So I'll go ahead and insert the footage of me wearing it. And here's what's left to do of my stripe hype. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. So I'll give you more details sitting down, but I just wanted to give you, I'm literally on the last sleeve, and then she just needs blocked and all of these to be woven in. But yeah, I'm loving it. It's going to be, once it blocks, it's going to be even bigger. But my thought was it would look great if it's oversized and maybe just right to the tops of my thighs for like leggings and stuff. But yeah, she's beautiful. So it's my stripe hype. I'll give you more info when we're intimate at the couch together. And it's by Kika. So this next whip that I'm working on is not something that's going to get done this weekend, but it is a new cast on within the last week. So I thought I would share it with you. So spontaneous cast on, we all do it. All of a sudden my hands just start doing it and I can't stop them, and I'm okay with that. But this one had a purpose because it's going to be my stepdaughter's birthday in the August. And I wanted to make sure that I make her something, and it takes me time. She is definitely gift worthy, knit worthy, crochet worthy. She absolutely loves anything I've made for her. And literally, like at her graduation in May, when we went to attend the graduation, I got to meet her mother for the first time. And she said, by the way, I don't know if she told you, but the cardigan you made her, which was a hexie cardi, by the way, she did not take off for like 3 months. And I'm like, really? And she's, no, I'm being serious. She just wore that in the house constantly and then would leave in it. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's awesome. And then she starts like embarrassed and is like, but it's so comfortable. I didn't want to take it off. I'm like, that makes my heart like sing. There's nothing wrong with that. And then that just makes me want to make more for her. So what I decided I want to do is I had bought this yarn. Don't come at me. It's from Temu. But I had actually gone on Temu looking for a gradient like baby pink and baby blue mix, because a friend of mine, those were her wedding colors kind of, and I wanted to make her a shawl. And in doing that, that was actually, I found exactly what I was hoping for. But in doing that, I found this colorway as well. And I thought, oh, that would be something that my stepdaughter would like. And so I've had that sitting here waiting, and I was like, no, I'm making it with that. So I'm making, it's called the Baldric. I'll put it up here now, by Isabel Kramer. It calls for an Aran weight yarn, 5.5 millimeter needles. And it's just a top-down raglan, but it's got some cool garter stitch like on the undersides of the arms. There was a picture in the projects, I was probably a test knitter, that had it kind of off her shoulder, and I'm like, that sold it to me. That was it. I have like, that's the pattern. And it just so happened that my gauge was perfect because I had made a gauge swatch. But yeah, I'm liking how the color is working out. It's looking really pretty, and it's actually moving really quick, obviously, because it's air and weight and it's 5.5 needle. I know you're thinking, wow, look at that huge neckline. But again, it's kind of boat necky, and that way I think it can cascade off her shoulder and look really nice. So I am running 2 together. So I do have a little bit left of the cream, which is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch in the colorway cream. It's just basic cream. It's the fingering weight. And this is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So then the gradient yarn I'm using, look how pretty that is actually 80% wool, 20% acrylic. And it's a blown, so that's probably what the acrylic is. It's the core. It's the core that the fluff is attached to. So the 2 together makes it 50-50. So it's 50% wool, 50% acrylic. And I actually prefer using something like that when I'm gift giving. If I was gift giving to someone who already owns like wool garments or sweaters, or they actually craft themselves, I might feel more comfortable giving them something 100% wool or cashmere or something that would require a little more maintenance. But when it's somebody who just is not a crafter, normally buys off the rack, just wants to wash and dry kind of thing, I don't feel comfortable making them something that requires maintenance, because they're probably not going to wear it. I mean, let's be honest. If they do wear it, they're going to wear it when they're going out to dinner with you, so you see them wear it. But if I'm gift giving something, especially something they don't know about, like I didn't say, hey, I want to make you something, let's pick out the yarn together, or let's pick out the pattern together, because that I have done. Then by all means, whatever you want is what I'll make. But if I'm just gift giving blindly, especially if they have pets or it's a large item like blankets and stuff like that, I try to make it out of something that can be washed. Like the mosaic crochet blanket I shared with you guys last week, that can go in the washer. All the baby blankets I make, I want them hypoallergenic and I want them to be able to go in a washer. So I tend to use that type of yarn. So they're more likely to enjoy using it and wearing it, or both. So be kind is what I'm saying in the comments. Yes, I'm using acrylic, and it happens to be wool / acrylic I bought off Temu, so sue me. I think it's pretty and it's going to look great. So that is my Baldric by Isabel Kramer that I am making for a gift for my stepdaughter. The yarn is by Knit Picks and Temu, and it's being made by me. So this morning, like really early this morning, so just a little about me. I have physical ailments going on currently. They're not insurmountable. But it's going to require surgery, and that is happening later this year. So I have trouble sleeping because I end up waking up in pain a lot, and finally it can get to a point where I'm just like, I can't do this. I got to get up. Well, that happened at 1:30 this morning. So I've been up since 1:30. So I've been productive, but I decided it's probably a good idea to start deciding what I want to work on while I'm on my retreat I'm going to at the end of the month in Ohio. Around the Table Yarns hosts a yarn retreat every year, and they have instructors that come and teach courses, and everybody gathers. They spinning or knit and crochet. They set up a little shop so you can buy things you might need that you may have forgotten, or, they always have a colorway for the event, a special limited colorway for the event. So you can also buy some stuff while you're there, and you really never leave the property, because you can, obviously, but they feed you, you have somewhere to sleep. It's amazing. I had such a great time last year that I'm going again this year. But I was like, I should decide what I'm going to make, and I should swatch for it so I can, get it started and then put it in the project bag so it's ready to go. So I decided I'm going to make a weekender. And I broke out the yarn that I bought over a year ago to make it with. And that is it is a Polworth, 100% superwash Polworth in the colorway. It's eggplant. The colorway is eggplant. It was made by Cafe Yarn Creations. It is a DK weight. Yes, it's DK weight. Oops. I bought 8 skeins of DK weight specifically for this project last year when I was a crocheter. So here's the backstory. I absolutely love the Weekender. And I did not know how to knit when it was introduced to me by Mark at Maker Mark Knits, who is also somebody I watch, who I interact with, but he's also a friend. And so I decided I want one, so I'm going to crochet one. And then I decided I bet I could crochet myself one, and it would look very close, very similar to the actual knit Weekender. And I really believe that's true. And I started to do it, and it was looking amazing. I was doing it Tunisian, and I was using the Tunisian full stitch, and it was looking beautiful. Like, the stitch itself was beautiful. The fabric was feeling great. My issue was not knowing what to do to bring 2 panels together, because I had, again, not realizing I could have just top stitch in the middle of it to give it that kind of faux seam in the middle and the sides, like you see on the Weekender. I don't know what I was thinking. You know what? We learn a lot in a year, that's for sure. But after I made the 2 panels and I was fighting to bring them together and actually like the way it looked, I decided to give up. And I put it aside, and it became a UFO. And then fast forward to December of 25. So all of this was purchased April of 25. I bought the yarn in April 25. And December of 25, I learned to knit. I decided I'm going to learn to knit. And now I am. Well, now I've decided I'm going to make the Weekender. Well, I believe the reason I bought DK is because I was crocheting it. And as you know, crochet uses more yarn, ends up with a thicker product. I live in hot climate. I did not want to use worsted. I chose DK, I believe, because the plan was not to actually follow the real pattern, was to just mimic it. Fast forward to this year, and I realized as I'm making my swatch on 5.5, like the pattern states, I'm like, this is feeling really loose. Is it going to plump up that much? No, because it's a DK. So, but look how pretty. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going ahead. I'm swatching with a 4.5. So I actually have made, it's not near me, it's in my car. We'll talk about it another time. But I made this step-by-step cardigan. And I made it using 2 different yarns together, but they came up to about a DK weight. And it was Mighty Stitch, and what's that one called? Queensland made it, I don't know. Who knows? I'll insert it here. Running those 2 together. The sweater is gorgeous. I've made it. I love it. So I did the yarn math to figure out what size I should make, knowing that I'm making it with a DK rather than Aran weight. And it came up fine. It fits. It's beautiful. I love it. Again, a little more crop than I would want it, but we've had that combo now about how I'm working it going, I don't know. I think this is going to be too long. I think I need to make it shorter. I think I need to make it shorter. And then I literally make the entire thing. I block it and it's short, and mostly because of the bust, but I wear it. I wear it almost daily. It's my I'm cold on the park and ride sweater. So this is not my first rodeo going with DK instead of worsted or Aran. So I will do the yarn math to figure out what size to make. If I was making a normal one out of worsted, I would probably do a medium or a large. So with the step-by-step cardigan, instead of a large, which I would have made, I ended up making, I think it was like a 3X. And it was fine. I just had to do more stitches, and it fits amazing, and I love it. So I will be able to make it with this. And that will, I think I'm going to be happier with the result because, again, I live in a hot climate. So I am going to finish this swatch. I'm very happy with how it's going. And I even thought maybe I should just go ahead and buy worsted weight yarn in an eggplant color. But this is just such the perfect color that I want. I'm just going to go for it. I can do it, right? Of course I can. Of course I can. I'm me. Of course I can. So I'm excited to see what happens with this and get it swatched, engaged, and then possibly cast on and into the bag, ready to go for the end of the month. So that is the beginnings of my Weekender by Andrea Mowry. The yarn is Eggplant in their base Superwash Polworth DK by Yarn Cafe Creations, or Cafe Yarn Creations, and it's being made by me. I figured I would go ahead and just share with you the yarn that entered the house this week. So the first one is, I don't need to show it. It's Karen 1 pound. I'm making a blanket for a coworker. I'm using the Star Stitch. She's enjoying lavender currently. That's when I asked her favorite color. Her response was, I'm really enjoying lavender lately. So I'm making it in lavender. And I knew that the 2 I have were not going to be enough. And I had to go ahead and get 2 more, hoping to get the same dye lot. Words. Dye lot. And I held them together. I haven't even checked dye lot, but they're going to be fine. So that came in the house. I don't need to show you that. But I figured I would show you, because I did not show it to you last week. I had ordered it, but it had not gotten here yet. It actually showed up right after I posted the video. So I don't know if you noticed, like 2 weeks ago, Knit Picks had their 246 sale. So a lot of yarn was on sale for either $2, $4, or $6 per skein. And one of the purchases I made from that was these. So this is their Galileo, which is a sport weight. And it's 50% wool, merino, 50% merino, 50% bamboo. Right? Hold on. I'm almost positive. Here it is. Yes, 50% merino, 50% viscose from bamboo, sport weight. And one ball is 131 yards with 50 grams. This colorway is Lyra, which is this gorgeous light sagey sea foamy green. And it's shiny from the bamboo, and it is so soft. I had bought this 2 Christmases ago, so that would have been Christmas of 2024. I had made the Hexie Cardi for my stepdaughter out of this yarn, and it was this gorgeous deep purple. I only had 6 skeins, so I made it just big enough. And we're close in size, so I use myself as a judge. When I was done, the sleeves stopped kind of like mid forearm. And I thought, that's great. The one I actually wear all the time, that's what it is. It's mid forearm. So I thought, perfect. That's what I'll do. When I blocked it, it really stretched. It became a full length sweater and it had a lot of give, like it was baggy. So that worked out perfectly, actually. So when I saw that these were $2 each, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab some. But I noticed there weren't a lot of colors. So I chose the two that I thought were really pretty. And I thought, then I'll be able to make something summery because they're merino and bamboo. But I got this Lyra and I got this blue that is called Stardust, which is just a light blue. These are not high contrast, and that's okay. That's not what I was going for. These were $2 each, you guys. I got 8 of each. So here is the Lyra, and here is the Stardust. Sorry for the crinkling. I got these 2 bags for $32. You can't beat that. I have no clue what I'm going to make, but I'm definitely going to make something. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I actually love these. And I'm fearful that they're going to discontinue this yarn. So let me go see what's left from the 246 sale and grab something. It's all gone, guys. It's not even on the site anymore. It's not on Knit Picks or We Crochet. So I'm glad I got it. I'm sorry if you like it and wish you got some too, but I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I get to enjoy it, and I'm glad I'm going to make something for myself with it. I think it was a great bargain. It's beautiful, and I look forward to sharing with you what it turns into. I think that's all I got today, guys. Not a very long one. I chose to go ahead and stop between segments. I'm trying to get better at editing and not doing a lot of ums and, you know, popping out of frame to go grab stuff or whatever. I'm never going to be a write a script kind of girl. I hope, you know, if you're going to hang out, I think we as friends should just sit here and hang out and chat. I would never write a script to chat with you on the couch or at a coffee shop. So I'm not going to write one here. I'm just going to think about what I want to share with you, bring it and share it, and then let the chips fall where they may, I guess. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I look forward to showing you all my FOs next time we hang out. And I'm actually looking forward to having 2 more days off from work and spending it with my family and with my yarn. And until we hang out again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I hope your life is filled with peace, love, and yarn until we hang out again. Bye.